Monday night's disastrous 19-3 loss to the Cowboys to open the season in Dallas, the Giants' offensive line crisis is at an all-time high. There are major issues with this line. All the fears that people had going into the preseason were realized in Week 1, and a lot of people are wondering, can the Giants make any moves personnel-wise to improve this offense? Ben McAdoo on his day-after conference call said he'd be open to making adjustments, changing personnel, if that's what's the best thing for the Giants. He didn't really say much about doing that, though. So I think the next question is, if the Giants were open to it, how realistic is it that they would be able to find internal solutions for their offensive line issues as they currently stand? And to be honest with you, I don't think it looks very promising. Start with the tackles. I think the Giants are pretty much set with Eric Flowers and Bobby Hart, because if you look at this roster, Mike Solari, the offensive line coach, made it very clear they do not consider DJ Fluker to be a tackle at this point. He is a guard. That means the only other tackle on the roster is undrafted rookie free agent Chad Wheeler, who was up and down in the preseason. I just don't see the Giants moving Hart first or Flowers second, because I think it would go Hart then Flowers in favor of Wheeler, and it doesn't seem like they feel Fluker is a good enough tackle. They probably have Flowers and Hart both ahead of Fluker as a tackle. And look, yes, Justin Pugh could be a possibility, but if you move Justin Pugh from left guard to left tackle or right tackle, you're basically destroying your entire offensive line, which is not very good to begin with, because you're taking Pugh, who's the best lineman this Giants have at this point, out of his natural position where he could be a Pro Bowl caliber player, and you're putting him at tackle. Well, he's a good player, but still, you're weakening your line in multiple spots. That would not be the right move. If something happens to Flowers, the Giants probably have no choice but to put Pugh at left tackle, but I think that's a break in case of emergency only situation. They're only going to go there if they have to. I think it's more really realistic to look for a move at guard. John Jerry has struggled in the preseason. He struggled on Sunday night against the Cowboys. We saw Brett Jones get some snaps in the preseason. I believe he would be the first guy up. But remember, if you bring Brett Jones in, if you make him the starting right guard, you're then probably going to have to add a guy like John Halapio back from the practice squad. That means you might have to get rid of Fluker or pass Wheeler through waivers, see what he can do. Probably be Fluker before Wheeler, just because Wheeler, as we said, even though he's an undrafted rookie and he's a guy that the Giants see as a developmental player, he's the only tackle they really have on the roster that's a backup tackle at this point. Fluker could also play into the mix with John Jerry's spot if they look to make a move. But look, I think John Jerry's leash is going to be a lot longer than Giants fans would hope. They just re-signed this guy to a 3-year deal. He's basically been their starting right guard, more or less, for multiple seasons now. They know what he is. He had a pretty solid season in 2016. I think they're inclined to stick with him. I think Fluker or Jones could be in the mix to replace him if they do replace Jerry, but I think that's way down the road. I don't think they're going to make any moves anytime soon. So for Giants fans, look, the talk is cheap. The Giants have said that they're going to be better on the offensive line for years now. It hasn't happened, and I don't think there's much evidence or hope even that it's going to happen overnight. But the Giants are going to keep sticking with it, and I think they're going to stick with the 5 guys they had on the field in Dallas. Giants fans aren't going to like to hear it, but that's just the most realistic situation for them, is that they're going to keep pressing forward and hoping that somehow this group kind of gets it together and gives the Giants what they need to contend going forward.